Welcome back, guys. I trust you've been staying safe. Kaitlin Armstrong, the Texas woman charged in May of 2022 with the shooting death of rising professional cyclist Anna Mo Wilson, has finally been found guilty. Yes, the trial ended just a few hours ago today, and the verdict from the jury was guilty. So, in that effect, Kaitlin Armstrong has officially been found guilty of the shooting death of rising cyclist Anna Mo Wilson in 2022 as a result of a love triangle. Now, Kaitlin Armstrong, who actually fled the US shortly after Wilson had lost her life, proceeded to undergo plastic surgery in South America in an attempt to evade authorities and would eventually end up getting caught. She now faces up to life in prison when her sentencing comes through some few hours from now. This, I think, is victory for the law and also bringing a form of closure to this case with regards to the unaliving of professional cyclist Anna Mo Wilson. The prosecutor was really adamant, seeking that she be found guilty, and looking at the manner in which she did it, it seemed that this was something done in cold blood, because after she had gunned Mo Wilson down, she actually put a last one in her heart, literally. And that is seen as a sign of good measure. It sort of speaks to the cold intent, the venomous intent with which Kaitlin Armstrong decided to take this woman's life. And it speaks volumes about what she had in mind for her. Now, it doesn't end there, because it's important we also look at how things transpired in court. And it was very interesting because, when it happens this way, definitely Kaitlin Armstrong also has a defense team, and they would seek to put across defenses to sort of nullify the prosecutor's attempt, or at least try to water down the sentence. But this is the evidence that were built against Kaitlin Armstrong in this case and were used to prosecute her in court. Now, first of all, there were no witnesses to the shooting or videos that placed Kaitlin Armstrong in the apartment at the time when Mo Wilson was gunned down on the 11th of May 2022. For those of you who are not aware of this case, the case is in my playlist actually. I'll just leave the link in the video itself. You see it pop up. I'll also leave the link in the description of this video. You can go and watch it and you see the full details of what transpired with regards to the love triangle and how, unfortunately, Mo Wilson ended up being the victim to Kaitlin Armstrong's rage and bitterness and jealousy. Now, prosecutors built their case on a tight web of circumstantial evidence. The man at the center of this love triangle is Colin Strickland, and he himself is also a professional cyclist. He also came to testify, and in his testimony, he indicated that he had to hide Mo Wilson's phone number from Armstrong with a fake name on his phone. In addition, two of Kaitlin Armstrong's friends also came and said that Armstrong actually told them that she had fatal intentions for Mo Wilson. Vehicle satellite records, phone tracking data, and surveillance video from a nearby home showed Kaitlin Armstrong's Jeep driving around the apartment and parking in an alley shortly before Mo Wilson was unalived. Additionally, data from Armstrong's phone showed it had been used that day to track Wilson's location via a fitness app that she used to chart her training rides. So, all these were evidence that were stacking up against Kaitlin Armstrong and making her seem more guilty as being the one responsible for the unaliving of Mo Wilson. Additionally, investigators also said that the shell casings near Mo Wilson's body matched that of a gun, which was owned by Kaitlin Armstrong. Jurors then heard the frantic emergency call from the friend who found Wilson's body, saw the gruesome police camera footage of first responders performing CPR, and heard audio from a neighbor's home surveillance system that prosecutors said captured Wilson's final screams and then 3 gunshots. Police then interviewed Armstrong, among others, when this happened, and like I mentioned earlier, she would now try to escape by going on the run, going to Costa Rica and all that is in the other video. You can just go and watch it. But back to what happened in court today. The jury also heard about another escape attempt by Armstrong on the 11th of October 2023, when she actually tried to flee from 2 corrections officers who had been tasked to escort her to a medical appointment outside the jail where she was being held. So it looks like Kaitlin Armstrong was just bent on having her freedom at any cost. She had already tried by undergoing a plastic surgery to change her look, and she had still been arrested. So now she was desperate, and this was more like her last Hail Mary at getting some sort of freedom. Video showed Armstrong in a striped jail uniform and arm restraints, running and trying to scale a fence. However, she was quickly recaptured and faces a separate felony escape attempt charge. And it looks like she's done, because the charges have just been racked up so much. By the time that she's done going through all these charges and being sentenced for each of them, I don't think any of her natural years will be left. She will spend probably the rest of her life in prison, unless something comes up that I can't see now. But then her defense team did not give up on the case, because they also came very prepared, and this was the defense they tried putting across. So Kaitlin Armstrong's lawyers spent only a few hours presenting her defense just yesterday, Wednesday, the 15th of November 2023. Now, when asked by her lawyer in front of the judge and with the jury out of the room whether Kaitlin Armstrong would want to testify in her own defense, she actually declined at that chance. So the lawyers proceeded, and in their opening statements and during cross-examination of prosecution witnesses, Kaitlin Armstrong's lawyers accused the police of a sloppy investigation that too quickly focused on Armstrong as the sole suspect. Her attorneys also tried to raise doubts among jurors by suggesting someone else could have ended the life of Mo Wilson, and they went on further to ask why prosecutors so quickly dismissed the man at the center of this love triangle, Colin Strickland, as a possible suspect. So you see what the defense team is trying to do. They are trying to rope in Colin Strickland, and in another form of this case, he could have been the suspect. He could have been the suspect easily, but love triangles play out differently. Sometimes just one party gets hurt and one party is the culprit. Sometimes all 3 parties get hurt in one way or the other. Sometimes 2 of the 3 get hurt. Sometimes something crazy happens which I can't think of now. Either way, love triangles are not something anybody should get themselves involved in, because it has never ended well for the parties involved. Now, you would see that they are trying to rope in the man at the center to make him also be considered as a possible suspect, and by so doing, get Kaitlin Armstrong off the hook. Maybe buy her some more time to enjoy some sort of freedom or sanity, I don't know. But they were trying so hard to blur the facts and muddy the waters to shift the lens onto Colin Strickland or refute the work the police had done as being subpar. Somebody would say, yeah, that's very good legal work. But sometimes I believe that if you know what you are saying is just a fabrication, you don't need to go there. Just try and come to the table with facts that really stand. And when they started pushing this line of argument, a police analyst testified that data tracking on Strickland's motorbike and phone actually shows him traveling away from Mo Wilson's apartment immediately after dropping her off, and also showed him taking a phone call at or near his home around the time Mo Wilson was actually fatally shot. Additionally, Armstrong's lawyers also tried to pick at that data as unreliable and imprecise and drilled into the lack of witnesses or video of the shooting. According to them, someone else could have been driving Armstrong's Jeep or had her cell phone when both were near the murder site. They also called an expert on forensic metallurgy by name William Tobin to try to debunk the firearms and tool marking methods used to match the bullets to Armstrong's gun as faulty. And they were saying that they can lead to false positives and should not be used to determine guilt or innocence. But, all this did not stand. At the end of the day, Kaitlin Armstrong was finally found guilty for the 2022 fatal shooting of Anna Mo Wilson. And now we are going through the motions for the sentencing to begin. It's a possibility she could face life, as some would say, 99 years. And I think that if that gets to be the case, then Kaitlin Armstrong is done. And this is where I come to love triangle. I think that this is very unfortunate. I have another story in my playlist, a recent one, this time from Africa. And if you check, you would see that was more than even a love triangle. Maybe you could call it a love rectangle or love square. But you would see 3 women literally ganging up to eliminate a side chick of the husband of one of the women. And of these 3 women, one was also a secret side chick. So it's like a side chick helping the wife of the man she is having an affair with to eliminate another side chick of that man. And in all that, just like this one, you still see that the man is walking around free. And for me, I don't like that. Even though I'm a man, I think that is unfair to the woman. I personally believe that if you are in a relationship, hey, make it work. And if it's over, make it end and move on. Don't carry baggage from your relationship that you haven't fully ended into another relationship. You begin to extend troubles and risk to this other person you are now trying to get into a relationship with, because you could have your other partner whom you haven't fully broken up with now extending resentment, anger, hatred, and jealousy towards this new person who might be innocent of any wrongdoing, because he or she might not have even known that you are having this, or he or she probably believed you when you said it was over, but you knew it wasn't over. I don't think people in relationships should be doing that to themselves, because bear in mind, crimes of passion are the oldest. They've been around for so long, and it doesn't take much for these things to drive people into the worst of their emotions. Personally, I think that Colin Strickland could have done better. I'm not blaming him, but I think moving on, he should learn. You can't say you have an on and off relationship with Kaitlin Armstrong when at the same time you're also in a relationship with Anna Mo. It doesn't make sense to me. I believe that the moment he started doing that, he started creating tension, started creating antagonism, and he started creating risk for Anna Mo Wilson, because it puts Anna Mo Wilson in a situation where somebody like Kaitlin Armstrong would feel that she had to now fight her to get what was actually hers, or that Anna Moe Wilson was actually an intruder trying to take what is hers. That does not excuse Kaitlin Armstrong. What she did is also stupid, but I think that men should stop playing women, simply put. I don't think it's a fair way to treat anybody, and vice versa also applies, but I'm speaking to the facts of this case. So I would say that personally, I think men should stop playing women. There is no respect in that, there's no love in that, and hey, there's no honor in that. Imagine how this is looking now, especially for Colin Strickland being the man at the center of this, because you can literally say that whatever Kaitlin Armstrong did, she did it because she felt she needed to do it, because Anna Moe Wilson was trying to take Colin Strickland away from her. But at the end of the day, they've both lost him, because Anna Moe Wilson has passed on, and her, that's Kaitlin Armstrong, is also going to prison, probably for the rest of her life. And now Colin Strickland is left alone to enjoy his career still as a professional cyclist, and also move on to enjoy other relationships with other women. So who really lost here? I don't think it was worth it. Honestly, no disrespect to Colin, but I don't think what the lady did was worth it. And I think Colin should learn from this. If you're a guy also watching this, you have to learn from this. RIP to Anna Moe Wilson, and her family also gave victim impact testimony, and the pain was obvious. The courtroom was so heavy. I watched it and I was like, damn, this is serious. I don't know, but for some reason, Kaitlin Armstrong seemed unfazed. She seemed emotionless. I don't know if she was putting up a front, or that is her still being cold and unremorseful. But either way, a form of justice has been served. But like I always say, the harm has actually already been done. The life has been lost. The budding, promising career of a 25-year-old professional cyclist, Anna Moe Wilson, has been lost due to her being caught up in a love triangle. It's so sad. I wish her a peaceful rest. I hope you've taken a cue from this, guys. You can share the video with people in your circles. Let's learn. Let's not just watch these cases to enjoy or to hear what has happened, but let's watch these cases to also educate ourselves and learn from them, so we steer away from the possibility of some of these consequences also manifesting around us, because we are making the same mistakes. Subscribe to my channel if you are yet to do so. Hey, help me hit 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'm grateful. Leave your comments in the comment section. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe out there.